Feeling too tired after the holidays? Wanted an easy start to your 2025 Platinum journey? I got you. I've Platinum 10 easy games I can recommend to you to get you off the mark this year. As always, make sure you're subscribed for more awesome Platinum Trophy content, and if we can get, say, 250 likes, I'll find another 10 easy games for you guys. Coffee Talk is a narrative-driven visual novel game developed by Toj Productions, first released in 2020. The game is set in a cozy, late-night coffee shop in a modern city where the player assumes the role of a barista. As you serve drinks, you engage with a diverse array of customers, including humans, orcs, elves, vampires, and other fantasy creatures. The game focuses on listening to their stories and helping them work through personal struggles and dilemmas by offering comforting beverages. I put this game on my Games to Platinum before 2025, and now I've got the Platinum myself, I fully suggest it if you've still not given it a go. Now is the time, especially as it's now on PS Plus. PSN Profiles has this game as a 2 out of 10, taking 2 hours, and I'll leave that as the banner, but there is one trophy that takes an hour by itself. And if you're actually enjoying the story and playing along properly, it'll probably take about 4 hours, so bear that in mind before you play. The Wolf Among Us is an episodic graphic adventure game developed by Telltale Games, released in 2013. The game is set in the world of Fables, a comic book series created by Bill Willingham, and it follows the story of Bigby Wolf, the reformed Big Bad Wolf who now works as a sheriff of Fabletown, a hidden community of fairy tale characters living in New York City. The game's narrative revolves around Bigby's investigation into a series of grisly murders that threaten the fragile peace of Fabletown. As sheriff, Bigby must navigate complex relationships with a host of familiar characters from fairy tales, all of whom are now living in a modern, gritty world. The story explores themes of morality, power, secrecy, and the consequences of past actions. This is one I've had on my to-play list for a while, and I'm super glad I finally got around to it. The Platinum Trophy is like all Telltale games, very simple where you just complete the story. There is a bit of cleanup requiring you to choose different options in some chapters, but nothing too taxing. And that's reflective in the 1 out of 10, 10-hour Platinum Trophy. Drunken Fist is a quirky, physics-based action game that revolves around a unique and humorous combat mechanic. Developed by Moki Mode, the game lets players control a character who fights in a drunken, chaotic manner, inspired by the concept of drunken boxing or drunken kung fu, a martial arts style known for its unpredictable and erratic movements. It's a silly game that's a perfect palate cleanser after a draining platinum. Nothing too serious and an easy platinum for basically anyone. No guide online, and to be fair you don't really need one, but it's probably a 3 out of 10 difficulty and can be done in about an hour. A Tale of Paper is an indie adventure game developed by Open House Games, released in 2020. The game features a charming, heartfelt story set in a beautifully crafted world, where players control a small paper protagonist named Line. Line is a fragile, origami-like figure, and the game follows their journey as they navigate a world full of obstacles and puzzles, all while exploring themes of life, loss, and resilience. This is arguably one of the golden gems on this list. Cute, fun, small amount of challenge, and most importantly, quick and easy for a platinum. With the game so short, I'd fully recommend to just play on your own speed and enjoy, and go back and get whatever you miss. Again, no trophy guide online, but it's probably a 2 out of 10 and can be done in as little as 2 hours, maybe 3. Full Throttle Remastered is a remastered version of the classic 1995 point-and-click adventure game Full Throttle, originally developed by LucasArts and re-released in 2017 by Double Fine Productions. The game retains the original's iconic story and gameplay while offering updated visuals, voice acting and remastered music, aiming to bring the classic title to modern audiences while preserving its nostalgic charm. Set in a dystopian future, Full Throttle follows the story of Ben Throttle, the tough, no-nonsense leader of a motorcycle gang called the Polecats. The game begins when Ben is framed for the murder of a prominent businessman. thrusting him into a conspiracy involving rival gang members, corporate corruption, and a dangerous fight for survival. As Ben, players must navigate through various locations, solve puzzles, and engage in interactive dialogue with quirky characters, all while unravelling the mystery behind the murder and the sinister forces at play. Ben is also voiced by Mark Hamill, just saying. It's a typical old point-and-click game, quirky humour, but I'd recommend a guide for the puzzles and trophies. I know you lot don't like the point-and-clicks, but it's a 2 out of platinum and not hard at all, so... Killer Frequency is a first-person, narrative-driven horror adventure game developed by Team 17 and released in 2022. Set in the 1980s, the game puts players in the shoes of a small-town radio DJ named Forrest Nash, who runs a late-night radio show in the fictional town of Gallows Creek. The game combines elements of suspense, horror and mystery, all told through the lens of a radio station setting. The story kicks off when a mysterious serial killer begins targeting the residents of Gallows Creek, and it's up to Forrest, along with the help of his late-night callers, to uncover clues and try to prevent more murders. As the DJ, players must communicate with callers who are either seeking help, giving clues, or possibly hiding dangerous secrets. Throughout the game, the radio station becomes an important tool for gathering information, as Forrest interacts with callers through live phone conversations, while also trying to piece together the identity of the killer. This is another golden gem that's in the list, and it's on PS Plus too. As much as the game would probably be more enjoyed without following a guide, I do highly recommend a guide to avoid multiple playthroughs which may sour the platinum experience, especially as one of the trophies is a speedrun for the good ending. Though the time frame is very lenient, so don't let that put you off. PSN Profiles has it as a 2 out of 10, taking 10 hours, and it does say 3 playthroughs, but you can get it done in 2 playthroughs and probably about 8 hours. If this concept tickles your bacon though, I highly recommend experiencing this one. Daxter is a platformer game developed by Ready at Dawn and released in 2006 for the PlayStation Portable. It is a spin-off from the Jak and Daxter series and follows the adventure of Daxter, Jak's fast-talking, wisecracking sidekick. The game takes place between the events of Jak and Daxter The Precursor Legacy and Jak 2, providing players with a more in-depth look at Daxter's character and what happens to him while Jak was captured. I really wanted to include a game from the Classics collection, and I've never played a Jak and Daxter game, so thought this would be perfect. It's a pretty simple platformer, mainly focusing on bug enemies with an occasional boss fight. Nothing too taxing, but also nothing that will blow you away. The Platinum Trophy is a very simple 2 out of 10 difficulty, taking 5 hours, pretty ideal for anyone new to trophy hunting or a Jak and Daxter fan. Hercule Poirot: The London Case is a mystery adventure game developed by Blazing Griffin and released in 2023. The game is set in the world of Agatha Christie's iconic detective, Hercule Poirot, and follows the famous Belgian sleuth as he embarks on a new case in the heart of London. With its rich narrative and puzzle-solving mechanics, the game offers players the chance to step into the shoes of Poirot and unravel a complex mystery. After platinuming the first cases and showcasing it on my channel, I was eager to see what the sequel would be like. Unfortunately, I felt it was worse than the original. Not that it's bad, but it just didn't resonate with me as much. I normally like my detective games such as Sherlock and Poirot, but I didn't like how back and forth the story felt, with fast travelling taking up too much time on the gameplay, which is pretty ironic. It's still a half decent platinum to get, if you like this sort of thing, and it won't take up too much of your time, with the platinum being a 2 out of 10 difficulty and taking just 6 hours. But maybe follow a guide so you're not with this game for much longer than needs be. Pumpkin Jack is a 3D action platformer that channels the spirit of classic games like Medieval and Jak and Daxter. Developed by Nicolas Meissonier, it is set in a whimsical yet spooky world inspired by Halloween themes. The story centres around Jak, a mischievous pumpkin-headed figure brought to life by the devil to wreak havoc on a peaceful kingdom. Players control Jack as he embarks on a quest to destroy the wizard, a hero sent to save the kingdom. The gameplay combines platforming, puzzle solving and combat. Jack can wield a variety of weapons to fight his enemies, and his trusty crow companion provides range support. The game also features environmental puzzles, minigames, and sequences where Jack's detachable head is used to solve challenges. It's a quirky, fun platformer which I really enjoyed, though I do recommend to follow a guide for the collectibles, as although there is chapter select, it could see you replay hours of time to find that one pesky thing you need. Otherwise, the game is short and easy, a 3 out of 10 difficulty, and taking just 6 hours. Guilt is a narrative-driven horror adventure game developed by Tequila Works. Set in a hauntingly surreal world, it tells the story of Sally, a young girl searching for her missing cousin, Emily, in a small, eerie town. The game explores themes of bullying, trauma and courage, blending emotional storytelling with a spooky atmosphere. The gameplay combines stealth, puzzle solving and light combat. Sally must navigate through a twisted, nightmarish version of her reality, avoiding or confronting shadowy monsters that embody fear and isolation. She wields a flashlight as her primary tool, which doubles as a weapon to repel creatures and solve environmental puzzles. It's a super cool little survival horror by the team that made Rime. I highly recommend to play without a guide, but follow the order of the trophies to unlock on the PSN Profiles trophy guide to avoid any extra playthroughs. There's a point of no return towards the end, giving you time to clean up any collectibles, and although there's multiple endings, it's about 1 minute of a cutscene for the trophy to pop, and then you just reload the save. Super easy and fun game, a 1 out of 10 difficulty, taking about 3 hours, probably a little longer, but I'll go by the guide. But that's the list. Hope you enjoyed and have found a few cool new platinums to give a go. If you have, hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel goes a super long way. Let me know in the comments which ones you're tempted by, or if you know of any super cool, obscure smaller platinum trophies that I should add to future lists. A big thank you to my channel members as always, and if you want to be involved in PSN code giveaways or grab some energy drinks with a discount, there's links in the description. Have a great weekend and see you in the next video. Bye!